Hello everyone. In this section, uh, I'm going to show you how to install ZenApp 6.5 or mainly after installation, because installation is a very normal process. We just go to the server properties. We need to mount the ISO file, and we once we mount the ISO file, it will be visible like this, and we need to double click on this. It will launch the installation process. Installation is a basic requirement in .NET 3.5, which will automatically install once we click on the install the app server. So it's fetching the details. In the basic requirements for ZenApp 6.5 is Server 2008 R2 and .NET 3.5. At the time of installation, it will ask to select the edition of the ZenApp. There are three editions: Advanced, Enterprise, and Platinum. Platinum is fully loaded edition in which we get all the supporting software like HSite, Password Manager, and all. So once we select the correct edition, we install this, and after installation, it will show you like this, that for the license configuration and the ZenApp configuration. In case in our ZenApp server, license server, we have purchased the Platinum license, and at the time of installation, we have selected a different license. Then it will show the uh, load of 20,000. Load value of 20,000 means license mismatch. And same if we are getting the load value of 10,000, it means the server is on full load. Like we can see, if we will run the command qform/load, it will show the list of the servers like this, because it will show the list of the servers and the server load. Currently there is no load on the server, that's why this is showing 0. It's a 0 to 4 times 9 means server is on the normal load. This is for the load throttling load. And in case here is showing 10,000 or 20,000, it means 10,000 is showing that server is full load, means it will not accept any new connection. Or if the license mismatch is showing 20,000, user will not able to launch the application which is published on this server. So now we are going to configure the license specifications. So here we need to provide the server name and the port. The default port for ZenApp licensing is 27000. So the next window would be for the server name. So our license server is this one. We put the license server and then test connection is showing successful connection is the next. No product license found. So there is no product license available in the server. That's why it's showing the error. But once we will upload the license in the license server, it will be okay. Now the need to select the product, license model, then app, Zen desktop concurrent, Zen desktop user per device. So apply the same one. Suppose Zen app. And once it will apply, it will ask for the shadowing. And in shadowing, we always need to choose allow option. There are two options. Here is the prohibit and allow. So always we need to choose allow, because once we will choose prohibit option, we will never ever enable this shadowing option from Citrix management console. That's why we need to choose allow. In case we want to prohibit this option, later after configuration, we can prohibit the option from the Citrix management console. So licensing configuration is done. We again going to the, is showing license specified, and now is the configuration of Citrix Zen app. We are clicking on an edit configuration here, and once the server will added in the Citrix, it will show in the console, in the Citrix console here. This is our license server, database server. So just wait for the next window. And in between, I will show you the Citrix files. Cancel this option. I am going to show you the Citrix file where the Citrix files are stored in the C drive. Program file 86 is a Citrix. So all are Citrix related files and folders here. So all are files. In System 30 tools, we can see all the command related or exe tools over here. You can see AI run and also load Qform is here, ds check command to check the database consistency, and is the ICA port to change the ICA port or check the ICA port if we want to see what is the ICA port over here. We can check with the ICA port command, and can show you here the ICA port. Here you can see the command is a query reset. So it's a slash query. You can see it's a 1494. Same is a, if I will type IMA command, IMA port query is a 2512. Now here two options. If I'm installing a fresh server or the first server in the environment, then I need to choose the first option. And if I am adding a server in the form, then is a second option. So actually is already configured. Remove this server from the current form. So that time I need to choose this option to remove. Is showing already configured. That's why I'm getting the removal option. If it's not configured, then only we will get the another option to add the server. So I'm removing this first, and in case you get any uh, ticket or anything related to Citrix server, like you need to decommission a Citrix server, or at that time you want to remove or install a fresh Zenap in the environment. In that case, you always remove Zenap from the server role manager console. So don't try with the application console. Add remove programs from. If you will remove this application from the application add remove programs, it will definitely you will not able to complete the remove the complete files of the Zenap. So always for the removal purpose use Zenap role manager, and from here you can use add remove servers role, and from there you can remove the Zenap. In between, I'm going to the next one. Is you can see the IMA. In IMA is the IMA LSC is the LHC file, is a database. MF20 MF20 contains the server detail or database detail, like is the database name. This one is the server name, WinDB/CitrixDB, and the user ID through which the connection has been created. So these informations are in the IMA folder, Independent Management Architecture. And then group policies, you can see the group policies here is a DL file, management file of the Citrix group policies. The application delivery tools is a PowerShell based scripts. Once we will open it, we can see the description and the commands. You can see the commands over here. This is the script which we can run for the Citrix Synapse 6.5, and this make the changes in the registry values also. So is a desktop GPU, Citrix Management Desktop GPU, install Citrix Desktop Experience, enable Citrix Desktop Experience user, desktop experience, Citrix themes, the new Citrix themes. We can see where is the command line is the this is the signature block. Create new window theme is a command, PowerShell command in this, and also we can see the delivery services. And this is the web interface folder, or because our web interface component is also installed in the Zenap 1. That's why you can see the web interface over here. Otherwise, in a production environment, you never apply multiple roles in the server. So for Zenap is a license, it's a separate server. For Zenap web interface is a separate server. And for Zenap servers, member servers always use a. So each role is installed on a separate server in the production environment. So create now at the we are going to configure this, and here I can see that server is here. I'm just deleting this server from the form. Remove from form. Okay. And here create a new form server. In case we are creating the first server in the environment, or uh, that time we need to create a new server form. If we are adding a server in the environment, then add server in the existing server. Select this one, let it be done, and here we can see the server is removed from the form. So for the decommission, first we uninstall the Zenap from the member server and then remove the server from the console, and then we can decommission the server. So after choosing this, we are using the existing Microsoft SQL Server database, which is WinDB. Existing is a Express database is the in uh, basic database which we get free with the Zenap. So we are not using Express database. We are using Microsoft SQL database here. Just next. Database server name is a WinDB. Just select this WinDB, CitrixDB. Database name is a Zenap. And from where we can get this information? From any of the member server of in Citrix. If the server is a member of the form, we can go to the server, C drive, program file, Citrix, and in IMA, Independent Management Architecture, need to open MF20 file, and here we can get this. Is the server name, database name is the Zenap, next, asking for the credentials, which user we are using here is the user is administrator. So same user we will put here. uh, Now we'll test the connection. Following logon field interrupt domain cannot. Okay. Enter credentials. P P test successfully. Click OK. Next. And now it's asking for the shadowing. So always select allow. And then because once you will select prohibit shadowing, you will never ever you will never uh, enable this option from the Citrix management console. That's why at the time of configuration, always we choose allow shadowing, so that if we want to prohibit that, later from the management console we can prohibit the shadowing. Then next, here you can choose the zone. No need to change anything. It's apply. So and one more thing, if uh, from the command qform/load, if you are getting 10,000 load, 10,000 you can get in case of true or false. There are two situations. If it's a really server is on the load, you will get 10,000. And another case, there is no server user load on the server. And that case, you are getting this error. In that case, you need to go to the Google and search for the Citrix tool. That tool name I will show you in the screen. Once you will go to the Google and search for the load diagnostic tool, you will get that tool from the Google, and you can download it. Then you need to run this tool in the Citrix server, and then need to restart. In case there is no user load on the server, and after that you are getting 10,000. In case there are number of servers logged in into the server, and that case you are getting 10,000 load. It means is a server is on full load, and in that time first you need to right click on the server, disable login, always choose prohibit logon and reconnections, then wait for some time, let the server reduce the load. Once any server will log off from the any user log off from the server, in that case definitely load will decrease, and then you can enable that logon on the server. Like suppose I no, on the three. In three, I will prohibit the logons. Once I prohibit the logons, after that I will get an option to allow logons. Okay, now the installation has been done. It's asking for the boot and S. And after that, one more thing I need to show you in the Citrix is the this is the SQL Express. If you want to go with the Express version of the SQL server, you need to run this setup in the same server in which you are installing the first NF server. Okay, then at that time you need to Express one, or at the time of installation, once you click with the go with the Express option, it will automatically install the Express version in the same server. This is NF server role manager, which used to remove any application or install any application in the XAMPP. Apart from this, we can go to the administrative tools, click here, go to the Citrix, and you will get all the tools over here. In the next session, I will tell you about the tools like Citrix SSL configuration, this printer configuration, ICA configuration, management console, App Center, single sign-on, XAMPP migration tools. XAMPP migration tool is required for to migrate the XAMPP from 6.0 to 6.5. This tool is not applicable for any migration from 6.5 to 7.15. And this is the XAMPP role manager. So only we need to know about these tools for Citrix XAMPP 6.5. Apart from that, this is the streaming profiler, so that we can create the streaming profile, and always the extension of the streaming profile is dot profile. Once we click the dot profile application, we can publish it from the Citrix applications as a stream to server or stream to client. Stream to server, in that case, you need to choose any of the Zenap server in which the application will stream and for the user. And same thing for the stream to client, you no need to choose any server. Once user will access the streamed application, it will stream directly to their desktop, laptop, or anything from which he is accessing the application. Now the reboot has been done, and we'll check. So once the server will up, you can see the server name in the list here. Just doing one thing, closing this, and again I will launch Zenap Citrix App Center, and we'll see the application server, new application server is showing over here or not. It's showing here. And one more thing, in case in the uh, environment you have some typical applications or the critical applications for the environment, so what you can do that you can take the application backup, like just right click on the application, go to the and export the application file. Just see entire application user only, but I will go to export entire application. Like I'm going to take backup of Adobe, that is the most critical application in the environment. So that's why for the example, for that as an example, I'm showing you to take the backup of the application. So export this entire application in and desktop, the Adobe Reader app, save. In case somehow the application get corrupted or the application is not running, in that case you can rename this application. Okay, application has been renamed, and after that click on the application, other, import from the file, and is the Adobe Reader. If we will go in the property section, we can see the today's backup. So just open this and you will get the same application. So always take the backup of the running application in the environment, so that in case of any criticality you can rename the previous application and restore the existing one, so that uh, it will not take any downtime for the application, or it will save you from the escalation. So this is completed, and from the new server we can launch the Citrix. Okay, it's not showing this here. Actually, previously I have removed this component. So from where we can go to the computer, C drive, Citrix. In the here is the App Center. So policy app center. Okay, and another option is to run the discovery. In case servers are not here available here, we can go to the form. So App Center is the configure and run discovery. In case our MFCOM service is down, that could be a cause. This one, if this service is down, we will not get this will stop the discovery process, and once MFCOM is down, we will not get anything over here. So in that case, first we need to start the MFCOM service, then run the discovery again, the Citrix, then app. Next, we can add the server over here. The server name is Zenap2. Zenap2. Okay, we need to select the server. We can add number of servers over here, but the server should be member of Citrix Farm. So this is the member of Citrix Farm. We have added this server over here. Just click on next and next. The discovery has been done. So once the discovery will successfully done, you can see all the steps over here. All the options are available after that. So I think the done for today, and we'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Thanks for watching this.